You're making your workers pay your whole staff. TikToker claims Chili's tip conveyance bamboozles workers. A TikToker is uncovering Chili's tip appropriation rehearsals that expect workers to tip out back-of-house representatives, leaving them with fundamentally less cash and tips, and in any event, placing them losing money. Alex Servicenia has devoted her TikTok to getting down on Chili's and different cafes that have purportedly manipulative practices. Accordingly, she gets a ton of messages from different people who guarantee to work or have worked at Chili's, imparting their own encounters to the establishment. One bunch of recordings that has piled up more than 350,000 perspectives clarifies exactly how little workers make from tips because of guideline changes under previous President Donald Trump. In December, the Labor Department distributed refreshed tipping rules, highlighting one that permits eateries to make non-traditional tipping pools that incorporate back-of-house staff that don't commonly get tipped out. Chili's, unfortunately this is maltreatment to your staff, Alex said, sharing a screen capture a current worker sent her, separating their tips for a day of work. You're making your workers pay your whole staff. The screen capture showed the rates that the worker needed to tip out to the barkeeps, cooks, hosts, and food sprinters. Of $61.01 in Visa tips, the worker who sent in the screen capture kept just 91 cents. Doubtful watchers rushed to bring up that this was explicitly referring to MasterCard tips, which left Alex to clarify something much more deplorable. The subject of tipping out did not depend on our tips, it depends on our business, she asserted. So regardless of whether we don't get tips, we need to pay it out of our pockets, consequently why a few group are in the negative. Sufficiently sure, a subsequent video highlighting a screen capture of a tip payout from another Chili's worker showed that of their $37.16 in Visa tips, in the wake of tipping out their required 5.5% of all-out food deals from that shift, they really owe $3.05. Alex said this would be whether or not they had made any money tips or not, which means the worker would need to pay the $3.05 from their money tips or get it taken out from their check later in the event that they had not gotten any money that day. Workers in the remarks say that shady tip rehearsals are the same old thing. However, labor's backing bunches have contended that the Trump period guidelines were making it simpler for eatery proprietors to give a greater amount of the finance expenses for representatives and clients. One backer told the Washington Post that the new principles may open a Pandora's crate, possibly allowing bosses to bring down compensation for kitchen laborers and utilizing workers' tips to compensate for any shortfall. Stu's unquestionably isn't the solitary cafe to execute tip pooling, or to incorporate back-of-house laborers in that pool, yet these spots are going under expanded investigation as the U.S. starts to open back up, especially with eateries grumbling that no one needs to return to work. Possibly deal with your screwing individuals, and you would have individuals who need to return and work for you, Alex said. In a proclamation to the Daily Dot, she added, "It's anything but all right for individuals to work their butts off to need to pay to work there. At the point when workers are just heading back home with half of their tips and to-go experts are paying out of pocket to tip out the cooks, there is an issue." Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video.